recharge that soon. I'm gonna do it though. Accountability, guys. Um, yeah, accountability. This is a this is a vocabulary word that means. Let me give you the proper definition, okay? So we don't want to be just saying any and everything. I want to give you the proper definition, okay? Let me see. Accountability, the obligation to accept responsibility for one's actions, decisions, and commitments. It involves owning up to your behavior. Okay? Yep. So, accountability, responsibility, all that, it falls under the same umbrella. And this is very important, especially in life, guys. You have to be accountable for your actions. And if you don't, the world will definitely make you accountable for your actions. You can either accept accountability on your own, or you can be forced to be accountable for your actions. Now, I've learned both ways, right? I've learned to accept my I've learned to accept the consequences for my actions, which means that I've learned to accept to be accountable for my actions, and I've also been forced to be accountable for my actions when I was younger. Being forced does not feel good at all, and especially when it comes from like the police force, when it comes from government officials, it does not feel good at all, guys. So just think about that. Yo, welcome to the chat. Some people like to talk about that. Noah, welcome, welcome. Kizzy, welcome. Some people like to talk about the subject, and a lot of people just don't. They want to ignore it. But at the end of the day, this is important. Whenever you can accept, whenever you can be accountable for your actions, you're now in a different category. Now people know that you're dependable. What is it? What is this about? Accountability. We talking about accountability. I'm a sub. Cool, Kizzy. Appreciate it. But whenever you're able to accept accountability for your own actions, now you're in a different category. A lot of people in life, and it doesn't matter how old or young you are, they like to make excuses. All right? They like to make excuses. And excuses doesn't do anything for anybody but waste time, right? It just wastes time. Because while you're making excuses, you can make it right. All right? You can make it right. Does it take time? Yeah, it takes time. But practice. Practice make perfect. We practice so many negative things all the time. When it's time to be accountable for your actions, that's when a lot of people freeze up. Oh my God, I don't know what to do. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. No, We did all of this. We took all these proper steps to get here. Now, be a man, be a woman, and accept accountability for your actions. All right. A lot of people don't like that though. People don't like it. But just know, right? Whatever you do, it will always come back to you. So it's important for you to accept the consequences for your actions, whether it be positive or negative. Now, if you do something negative, you got consequences. When you do something positive, it's rewards. It's rewards, okay? And rewards come in different shapes, sizes, and yeah, it comes in different shapes and sizes and forms. You never know. So my thing is, if you do something wrong, own up for it. All right. If you do something right, go ahead and receive those flowers. Don't be shy about it. You know, don't neglect it. Accept it. Okay. Let's be honest. You know, being accountable is like almost being a unicorn these days. Nobody wants to be accountable for their actions. I'm not gonna say nobody, but very few. All right. We think that it's okay to like, okay, yeah, I did it, so what? As long as I don't get caught, I'm gonna keep doing it. Nah, bro, that's not how it goes. See, what happens is, yeah, you can do it as much as you want to. You can keep going and keep going. Before you know it, yeah, you done got numb to doing wrong, and then once you get called out, it's a wrap. Now you don't know how to function. Now you don't know how to act. Being accountable for your actions, that's like practice. It's like hardcore practice. It is because especially if you do something wrong. If you steal something, right? And if you keep stealing and you don't get caught, whenever you do get caught, oh, you got to face a little bit of time. You got to face the consequences, whether it be monetary or if you got to be locked up in confinement. Let's be honest. If you going around here shooting at people and being violent to people, you might not get caught, but when it's your time, now you gotta man up. All right. Um, if you didn't complete a certain task at school or at home or on the job, yeah, you can keep doing it, but when it's time to be accountable for those actions, right? And for your work, you got to man up. All right. So let's not take accountability for granted. Let's be accountable for our actions and let's practice that. And the way you practice is just, taking ownership of your responsibilities. If somebody asks you to do something, just go ahead and do it. Especially an elder or somebody that's high up in the hierarchy. 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 Whether it be a boss, assistant, manager. What's this about? We're talking about accountability today. Accountability. And I'm almost finished. It's just a short lesson today. I got home a little bit late. We're just talking about accountability. Yeah, accountability. Being accountable for your actions. So I like to tell stories because I know storytelling is one way people can be um, they can relate. So this happened almost 20 some years ago, guys. I was younger and I was with one of my friends and we were riding in the car and this was on literally it'd be a I think it'll be about 15 years ago. Oh, I'll say about 17. I'll say about 17 years ago tomorrow because it happened on Halloween. So we riding and we in Greenville. I'm riding with my friend and I bring some weed with me, right? And he has some weed too. So we smoking in the car. We about to go on campus. We about to go on campus at ECU. And make a long story short, we riding. I'm drinking. I'm smoking. I got my drink in like a little water bottle. Nobody cares about that. The police didn't care about that. They stopped us. And literally it was just it's almost like we was hotboxing the car. Police got behind us and I ain't gonna lie, I froze up. I ain't know what to do. If I would have known what I know now, I would have did something different. But regardless, it don't matter. I put the blunt underneath the seat, right? Um, and at the time, I didn't know the person I was riding with. They had some weed in the glove department, and it was bagged up. So that was already a bad look. So the police stopped us. They took us out the car. One police took us this way, and the other police took us that way. They tried to make us tell on each other. So who weed is this? Da da da. Blah 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 blah. Sir, I ain't gonna lie. I smoke. That's my weed right there, and that's my weed underneath the seat. Oh, okay, cool, 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 cool. So we know that y'all smoke. Da 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 da. We just want to know who smoked. We want to know who you got it from. Well, sir, I can't tell you who I got it from. I'm not about to tell you who I got it from. Well, y'all got 2 weeks to let us know who got it, and then we'll just throw the charge away. I was like, I already know what this look like, bro. Y'all trying to make us snitch. I ain't about to do that. And at the end of the day, I couldn't snitch anyway, cause nigga, I'm the one who had the weed. Like we was the one selling the weed at the time. Anyway, make a long story short, we had to go to court for it, and we went to court. And before we got to court, me and my friend we talked about it. We was like, "Hey, bro, I'm trying to get into the military, So go ahead and take the charge. When I get back out, I got you. All right, I got you. I'm gonna pay. I'm gonna look out for you. All that stuff. When it was time for court, right? He told his mama. He told his lawyer it was both of our weed. We both had weed in the car, and he was right. But he was supposed to take the charges. That's how I felt at that time. But when I look back at it, I wasn't accountable for my actions. I wasn't accountable for my actions, right? I wanted him to take all the charges because I was going to the military and I didn't want to have that on my record. If I was never riding with him at the end of the day, I wouldn't have had to worry about that charge. Did you ever go to the military? Nah, I never did. I was able to go to the military. I still can though. I still can go in right now, but I feel like that time is over with, guys. I ain't even gonna lie to you. But anyway, if I was accountable for my actions and accept accountability for my actions, I feel like I would have never been in this situation. I would have never rode with him. And that way I would have never got stopped, right? If I was never smoking, right? I would have never been in that position. But at that time, I was not being accountable for my actions and I blamed him. I blamed him for the whole entire situation. Not in court or anything, but just personally. Like, bro, like you supposed to be my dog. You supposed to be my best friend. You supposed to take that because you know what I was trying to do. But at the end of the day, I wasn't trying to accept accountability. Accountability can either make you or break you, or force you to do something that you wasn't trying to do. You know. So yeah, guys, accept accountability for your actions because at the end of the day, um, it's just the right thing to do and it helps you grow as a grown up. Okay, it just helps you grow. And another thing too, whenever you accept accountability, you don't miss out on opportunity. All right, you miss out on a lot of opportunity when you do not accept accountability. Gotta accept it. Okay, guys, I appreciate you. I appreciate you tuning in. Today we just finished talking about accountability. It's Philip Randolph. 10 minutes to vent. We just went live, and until the next episode, make sure you like, share, subscribe, so you can stay notified, guys. And I'm out. Be accountable for your actions, baby.